Hello, I'm Deputy Maria Fernez, and welcome to the second episode of On the Go with BCSO, a webcast production keeping you informed on the happenings in the Sheriff's Office and around Brevard County. We start today's show in the south end of the county, where agents from our South Precinct General Crimes Unit were hot on the trail of a cigar and jewelry thief. Businesses in Indian Harbor Beach and West Melbourne were taken for $600 worth of cigars and over $30,000 in antique jewelry, coins, and silver bars. Through his investigation, Agent Matt Schwartz was able to identify the suspect as Daniel LaPrade. LaPrade, having recently been released from the Department of Corrections, was seen on video at another business using a stolen credit card that was taken from the original West Melbourne burglary.
Once the word of the theft of the cigars and the burglaries at the cigar shops was passed around town to the other cigar shop owners to be on the lookout for someone potentially trying to sell high-end cigars, we were contacted by the owner of a cigar shop in Merritt Island who was familiar with the case, and he advised us that he had been contacted by an unknown subject attempting to sell cigars matching those stolen from our victim. I contacted the subject the next day, posing as a representative from that cigar shop, arranged a meeting, agreed on a price to purchase the cigars from him. We met the subject in Melbourne. I acted in undercover capacity to meet with the subject, at which time he presented me with the cigars matching those stolen from our victim. That time, once that was confirmed, a cue was given to the other agents that were working with me, at which time they attempted to take down on the subject, who also had two felony violation of probation warrants. Subject fled on foot for a short period, at which time he was apprehended by the other two agents and taken into custody. Once in custody, he agreed to a consent to search of the apartment that he was staying in Palm Bay. At that time, we searched the building, the location. We recovered additional cigars stolen from our victim, as well as jewelry and coins stolen from his Cash for Gold business. The subject gave a full confession to us in a custodial interview and is currently being held at Brevard County Jail on a no bond status.
At the other end of the county in Mims, an unknown male suspect wearing all dark clothing and a black ski mask entered the Kangaroo Express, brandished a handgun, and demanded money. Agent Richard Priest from our North Precinct picks up the story on how two suspects were apprehended.
Deputies responded to the Kangaroo Express located in Mims in reference to an armed robbery. As deputies were responding, a witness of the robbery observed the suspect exit the store and get into a vehicle. That witness was able to pass that information on to the communications center of the vehicle description, and responding deputies observed a vehicle matching that description. As deputies attempted to investigate further, the vehicle took off at a fast pace and a short pursuit ensued. One of the occupants exited the vehicle on foot, and the deputy stayed with the vehicle as the driver continued in an eastbound direction. The vehicle was unable to negotiate a curve and drove off of the roadway. A perimeter was set up after the driver ran from the vehicle, and a short time later, the driver of the vehicle was taken into custody. With the information that we obtained from the vehicle, we contacted the owner of the vehicle, and she was able to give us the names of the person who she loaned her vehicle to that morning. The driver we identified as Laquan Mayo, and the other person she could only identify to us at that time was Billy. Through investigation, we determined that person to be Billy Lynch. The vehicle was towed to the impound, where a search warrant was obtained on the vehicle. Within the search warrant, after serving the search warrant on the vehicle, we located information such as a driver's license that belonged to a Billy Lynch. Also within the vehicle was a handgun, a ski mask, and a hooded sweatshirt. Those items were forwarded to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement for DNA analysis. With the information we recovered from the vehicle, we were able to obtain an arrest warrant on Billy Lynch, and he was apprehended within hours of the warrant being signed by a judge by the Game Over Task Force.
Great job by everyone involved. The Sheriff's Office is comprised of many different units. During this episode, we would like to showcase the Sheriff's Office Judicial Process Unit. The Judicial Process Unit is tasked with the execution of all court documents regarding civil and criminal actions. Judicial process employees enter all warrants executed in Brevard County, locally, in state, and federal information systems. There are approximately 13,000 active local warrants held by the Sheriff's Office. Deputies in the unit are responsible for actionable documents referred to as writs involving possession, attachment, injunction, and extradition. Process servers attend to non-criminal or non-enforceable paperwork, including summons and orders to show cause. Judicial Process is also responsible for manning a teletype radio channel and computers 24 hours a day. This service allows deputies and other law enforcement agencies throughout the nation to verify any warrants on individuals, driver's license verification, along with a variety of other personal information. Validations is another intricate section of the Judicial Process Unit. Validations confirms entries in local, state, and federal systems regarding injunctions, warrants, and stolen property, ranging from guns to vehicles. This unit processes over 2,200 records a month and is responsible for aiding law enforcement in the tracking and recovery of stolen property, along with verification of warrants and injunctions from anywhere in the United States. If you have civil process questions, there are currently 4 civil offices in place to serve the citizens of Brevard County. Recently, members of the law enforcement community got together for the 25th annual SR Speedy DeWitt shooting competition. The event was created to honor the memory of BCSO Captain Speedy DeWitt while raising awareness and funding for deputies and police officers during serious medical hardships.
We're very blessed to have members of Speedy's family here. We have Bob that's with us. We have Toby and David that are all here with us, and other members of their family. And many of you had a chance to, or some of you had a chance to work with Speedy, to know everything that he stood for. Just a little background. He was obviously a former law enforcement officer even before he came to our agency, working with FHP and another agency down south. He tremendous background in investigations, actually having been called upon a couple different times from the Attorney General's office to be able to come out and work some very important investigations for the entire state of Florida. I think what's most important for everybody here today and for all of us is that we never forget our family. We talk, every time we swear people in, we talk about that they're joining our family at the Sheriff's Office, and this is just another testament that we don't forget our family, we don't forget what they stand for.
This year's event will serve as a fundraiser for the Brevard County Public Safety Charities Incorporated. The newly created not-for-profit serves to make sure that if one of our public safety members faces a medical hardship or other significant difficulty, we can collectively assist. All proceeds raised from the Speedy DeWitt competition will go directly to support public safety members countywide during times of need. The event featured 2 courses that included Waynesville Diner and Ivy League Schoolhouse. Competitors formed teams of 2 and made their way through the challenging but fun course. The fastest time wins. This year's first place team, running the course in under 2 minutes, was Corporal Justin Gould and Agent Dave Jacobs. Congratulations to both of them. Even our Sheriff Ivy and Chief Lewis ran the course with a respectable time. If you are interested in donating to the Brevard County Public Safety Charities Incorporated, please contact Denise Postlethwaite at 321-264-5206 or visit the charities page on Facebook. The Brevard County Sheriff's Office has many programs designed to maintain and even enhance the quality of life for our citizens. One such program, Graffiti Busters, is designed to remove graffiti from reported sites in order to maintain property values and suppress gang communication. Corporal Jay Moffitt describes this program in more detail.
Hello, I'm Corporal Jay Moffitt with the Brevard County Sheriff's Office at the Brevard County Sheriff's Work Farm. I'd like to talk a little bit about graffiti. Graffiti has become a national epidemic, both in large cities as well as small towns. To combat this problem, the Brevard County Sheriff's Office has implemented a program called Graffiti Busters. That's where we use inmate labor to both cover and remove graffiti. This is a huge tax savings to the taxpayers by using recycled paint that we get from both Brevard County Waste Management as well as paint that is donated to the Sheriff's Office from citizens as well as businesses. In Brevard County alone last year, we had 279 graffiti tags that were reported. Of those, 199 tags were basically vandalism or what we call art graffiti. The other 80 tags were gang-related. Our response time to covering graffiti tag in 95% of those cases was within the same day that they were reported. The 99% response time, we had all tags removed or covered within 24 hours of their being reported. Graffiti can be reported by leaving a message with the Brevard County Sheriff's Graffiti Hotline at area code 321-633-0245 or by calling the Brevard County Sheriff's Work Farm directly at area code 321-633-1967.
This past year, Sheriff Ivy, along with our crime prevention team, created a uniquely formatted presentation called It's Time to Be a Parent Again. This 3-hour seminar is designed to empower parents to become the chief law enforcement officer in their child's lives by giving them the tools, resources, and philosophy to steer their kids away from trouble and toward success. Here's just a snippet of what you will learn when you attend this very valuable presentation.
Because it is time for parents to have that full authority of their children. And you're going to hear our state attorney, Phil Archer, talk tonight about what exact authority you have in raising your kid, holding your kid accountable, teaching them responsibility, teaching them those very precious tools and characteristics that we all have come accustomed to in life. So the title fit perfectly. It is time to be a parent again. Now, I'm going to do a brief disclaimer. I am not an expert on parenting. I don't have a PhD in child psychology. I don't have a PhD in any other type of psychology, to be honest with you. The only PhD I know is post-hole diggers that my dad taught me when I was a kid.
Hi, I'm Deputy Maria Fernez of On the Go with BCSO.
And I'm Commander Greg Purdon. We'd like to introduce you to a very special friend of ours. This is Felicia Wilson, an athlete with Special Olympics.
On April 25th, law enforcement officers here in Brevard will participate in a law enforcement torch run. Officers will run across Brevard to raise money in awareness of our Special Olympics athletes right here in Brevard County.
We'd like to invite you to our Tip-A-Comp fundraiser on Sunday, March 9 at Uno Pizzeria and Grill in Vieira. We'll be hosting a family fun day with food and fun for the entire family. Come join us on the patio or out on the lawn. There'll be plenty of games and good times for all.
A portion of the day's proceeds will benefit the law enforcement torch run and will support Special Olympics athletes, like our friend Felicia here. What do you think about that, Felicia?
That sounds great.
So don't forget to join us on Sunday, March 9th at Uno Pizzeria and Grill from 12 to 4.
For more information, you can call the number at the bottom of the screen. Thank you.
We will see you at Uno's.
I'm Agent Wayne Simak of the Brevard County Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit. We are currently seeking assistance from the public in the 1998 disappearance of Michael Joseph Gibbs. Mr. Gibbs was 26 years of age when he was last seen at approximately 7:30 a.m. on Saturday, April 25, 1998 at his residence, which was located at 2840 Minton Road in West Melbourne, Florida. He was seen at this location by his girlfriend as she was leaving for work. When Mr. Gibbs' girlfriend returned to the residence around 2 p.m., she discovered Mr. Gibbs missing from the residence. Mr. Gibbs' coffee cup was found sitting on top of a vehicle he was believed to be working on. His vehicles, beloved dog, and personal belongings were all left on the property. It appeared as Mr. Gibbs had exited the residence and disappeared. Mr. Gibbs did not show up for work at a local auto dealership on Monday, April 27, 1998, where he worked as a mechanic. He has not been seen or heard from since. Due to the suspicious nature of Mr. Gibbs' disappearance, foul play is suspected. Anyone having information to the disappearance of Michael Joseph Gibbs should contact the Brevard County Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit at 321-633-8413 or email us at majorcrimes@bcso.us. If you wish to remain anonymous, you may contact us at Crime Line 1-800-423-TIPS. Thank you.
Well, that concludes episode 2 of On the Go with BCSO. If you would like to see a particular subject on our program, please email us at media.productions@bcso.us. We welcome all suggestions from our community.